Hello, welcome to our dashboard. Today we're going to discuss this interesting article that came out about 6 years ago about a very, really important project that took place in Senegal, West Africa. It was the opening of the Senegal new airport. This airport, worth $600 million, opened 6 years ago. And the reason why I'm sharing this article with you today was because I was actually quoted in this article. The gentleman, Mr. Kieran Monks, who is a CNN Africa journalist, reached out to me because of my expertise in civil engineering, construction, and real estate in West Africa. So he reached out to me and asked me my input about the significance of this airport in West Africa. And at the time, this airport was really a big deal because our existing airport back then was not able to welcome really large planes. Really large planes like the A360 could not land in West Africa, in Dakar. So it was important for us to design and build a brand new airport capable of welcoming these large cargo planes, not only for increased commerce, but also to welcome more visitors and tourists in the West African capital. It is important to increase our international exchange. And in order for us to be able to do that, obviously, we have to increase the capacity of our infrastructure. And this project was the objective. One interesting feature of this article is that it highlights a really important concept, which is decentralization. The capital, Dakar, is highly populated and overly saturated with density of population. So it's important that this airport was built outside of the capital, about 50 miles away from the capital. So it will allow a decentralization of the capital. And it's important for us to develop rural areas, to develop suburbs, and to develop other cities also in the country, because almost half of the population is localized in the capital. And that's just not a smart breakdown of the density of population. So how do we encourage, how do we stimulate rural areas, and how do we stimulate other cities in the country? The way we do that is by job creation. People, 90% of the time, people leave the rural areas and other cities because of unemployment. So if we create job, we create entrepreneurship, we create activities in those rural areas and other cities in the country, it will cut down the migration rate towards the capital. How do you do that? I think that climate finance would really help with that. Mass reforestation projects. Such projects not only create jobs for the youth, but it also brings clean water, because without water, you cannot take care of vegetation. You need water in order to irrigate plants. So for mass reforestation projects, not only they create jobs, they also bring clean water and even clean energy in some cases. The incentive to help population get really excited about mass reforestation is using trees that generate fruits. So trees that are fruit generating will